Miss Supranational is just around the corner. It's less than a month away, and I have decided to do something silly. I've decided to go and look at all of these women's Instagram profiles to sort of decipher who has the numbers behind them, okay? Who has the most followers? It's not necessarily groundbreaking information. I mean, it doesn't have any bearing, I don't think, on the final result of the pageant, or it definitely doesn't. We all know this. But I still think it's interesting to go through and see who has the most followers and is, in a sense, the most popular, you know, when it comes to that. So I have compiled a list of 16 women who have the most followers competing at Miss Supranational this year, starting with Peru. Peru's Nathaly Terrones is 28 years old, and she is a surgeon and a volunteer firefighter, and her follower count as of me making this video is 67.7 thousand followers on Instagram. At number 15, I have my home country of South Africa, Bryoni Govender, who is 27 years old. Now, Bryoni was Miss Universe South Africa 2023, and she did find herself in the top 20 at Miss Universe 2023, but she was actually the first runner-up at Miss South Africa 2023. I imagine that had she been crowned Miss South Africa, she would have more followers. But right now, she still stands at the substantial amount of 68.3 thousand followers on Instagram. At number 14, I have a very popular contestant at Miss Supranational this year, India's Sonal Kukreja, who is 26 years old. Now, she is most famous for competing at Miss Diva India twice, and notably competing against Harashta at Miss Diva in 2021, and everybody loves her. Everybody for the longest time has thought that she deserves to represent India internationally, and here we are. She stands at 68.5 thousand followers on Instagram. Then we have a personal favorite of mine, Curacao Chanelle, who is 29 years old. Now, Chanelle is famous for being the first runner-up at Miss International 2017 when she represented Curacao there. But she was also Miss Universe Curacao 2016. But she did unfortunately go unplaced at Miss Universe in 2016. And that just goes to show that she went unplaced at Miss Universe 2016, but then got first runner-up at Miss International 2017. These competitions don't look for the same things, and I would highly encourage any woman to compete at as many different international competitions as possible, just to see what happens, you know, just for the laugh of it. And so Chanelle actually stands at 76,000 followers on Instagram, and I'm not surprised because I am personally obsessed with her as well. I just think that she is an incredible contestant competing at Miss Supranational this year, and I wouldn't be surprised if she took the crown. At number 12, I have Japan, another personal favorite of mine, Yuki Sonoda, who is 25 years old. She is so gorgeous. She has Filipina heritage, obviously, and she also found herself in the top 10 at Miss Asia Pacific International 2017. So this isn't her first international pageant, although I do view Miss Asia Pacific as a bit of a minor international pageant that I don't really follow. Yuki is standing at 91.5 thousand followers on Instagram as of me making this video. At number 11, I have Myanmar Sandar, who is 28 years old. Now, she was the first runner-up at Miss Universe Myanmar in 2023, and she is standing at 98,000 followers on Instagram. So close to the 100k mark. I wouldn't be surprised if she surpasses that by the time the Miss Supranational competition is over. At number 10, we have Indonesia, Harashta, Haifa, Zahra, who is 20 years old, only 20 years old, and she was crowned Puteri Indonesia 2024. For the longest time, the Puteri Indonesia organization actually held the license for Miss Universe in Indonesia, so a couple of years ago, had Harashta won, she would have been sent to Miss Universe, but right now the Miss Supranational title is the highest title up for grabs at Puteri, Indonesia. She's also an environmental engineering student, and she stands at 103,000 followers on Instagram. At number 9, I have the Philippines. No surprises here. We know that the Philippines is a country which is really into pageantry. And Alethea Ambrosio is 21 years old. And she was crowned the Miss Philippines 2024. And she's an economics student. And her follower count sits at 106,000 followers right now. At number 8, we have Poland, Angelika Jurkowianiec, who is 28 years old. Now, she is actually Miss Polski 2023, and she represented Poland at Miss Universe 2023, where she unfortunately went unplaced, but she still has a very substantial following of 116,000 followers on Instagram. At number 7, I have Brazil, Isadora Murta, who is 26 years old. I absolutely adore this woman. She found herself in the top 5 at Miss Universe Brazil 2022. And she is also the CEO of Nobre Skin. So she is just a boss all round. And her follower count stands at 133,000 followers. At number 6, I have Argentina, Agustina Bruenner, who is 26 years old. To me, she's just very beautiful. She reminds me of this one contestant at Miss South Africa a couple of years back, whose name was, I think, Chanelle Pretorius or something like that. And Agustina stands at 142,000 followers on Instagram. At number 5, we have the Czech Republic, Justyna Zednikova, who I am obsessed with. She is an actual guest model and crowned Miss Czech Republic 2023, and apparently she was originally supposed to go to Miss World, but obviously I think with Miss World's scheduling issues that sort of fell through, and now she's at Miss Supranational. She has 169,000 followers on Instagram, and I'm not surprised because oh my gosh, she's just gorgeous to look at. So at number 4, we have Thailand's Kasama Sudrong, who is 28 years old, and she was the 3rd runner-up at the notoriously competitive Miss Universe Thailand 2021 competition. She is standing at 194,000 followers on Instagram. At number 3, we have Cambodia's Chandara, who is 24 years old, and I think her fame probably comes from the fact that she was the winner of a reality show in Cambodia called Frishy Girls, and this was apparently season 18. So you guys can look this up. Maybe that's where her fame comes from. She stands at 204,000 followers on Instagram. At number 2, we have Denmark, Victoria Larsen, who's 21 years old. Now, she has allegedly worked with Vogue, so she means serious business, and she has 234,000 followers on Instagram. Lastly, guys, the woman competing at Miss Supranational this year with the most followers on Instagram is Laos. Christina Lasasima, who is 31 years old and who was actually Miss Universe Laos in 2020. Now, unfortunately, she went unplaced at Miss Universe 2020, but she still managed to gather 268,000 followers over the years. So yes, guys, those are the most followed contestants at Miss Supranational this year. Just a little bit of fun. Let me know what you guys think about this. Obviously, there's not much to think about the fact that, yes, this person has this many followers. What about it? It's not going to affect the competition, but it's still interesting to note. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!